Hello, welcome to this Daily Bark. I'm Victor Vargas, and here we discuss ideas around composing art and life. And today we're going to discuss composition and why it's kind of like football. That's right, I said football. Now, why would I say football? You probably already have an idea if you can visualize it, but let me share why. As a composer, we are like a football coach. And our lines and our curves and our spaces and our shapes and our textures and our values and our temperatures are all the players on the field. And we want to have a subject, we want to have a focal point, we want to have a purpose, a meaning, be it communicating a sensation or communicating a narrative or something in between. But we have to have a purpose for the piece. And if that's the case, we have a purpose for the piece, then we want to be able to orchestrate a game plan. Now, if you ever notice, like the football coaches, when they're giving their little pep talk and their strategy meetings there in the locker room, they have this cool little big board, and then they're drawing, whoop, so we want to come around here and do this and do that. This is part of composing. Now, they're composing a strategy to get a ball from one point of the field to another. And what we're doing is we're composing a strategy to move the eye from one point of the field to another. And in doing it in a beautiful, meaningful way. And so we want to make sure that we are leading the eye in a way that's clear, concise, effective, and that ultimately wins, that ultimately gets the viewer to where we want them to be. And so we can use different strategies, different game plans. We can use arabesques, and a type of arabesque will move the eye in a certain way. We can use certain techniques with line, radiating line, resonating lines, all kinds of different line strategies. So when you're looking at your composition, you take your sketch and you kind of look over it and you want to figure out a game plan. Think about yourself as a football coach. How do you lead this team of lines and curves and shapes and spaces and all this stuff, all these visual elements? How do you lead them to fulfilling your goal? And so you've got to have a very, very clear goal in mind. Are you trying to convey a certain story? Is your story about life or death or love? What is your story about? Or if you have a sensation, is it an angst? Is it a ooh, joy? Is it a oh, what was that? Whatever it is. How do you convey that? And it's not through representation. It's not through representation. You just can't have the objects there. You need to compose it. You need to design your shapes, your spaces, your lines, your curves, your values. All of these things are players in this game, and you as the coach need to come up with a plan, a game plan, to get them to win at the end. If your piece wins, your audience wins. And if your audience wins, you win. So on that note, until next time, ciao.